Thank you for joining us today for this tutorial to learn more about AOPA's new member interface called AOPA Connection. We're excited about AOPA Connection and what it can do for our members. We named the portal AOPA Connection because it is the one-stop shop for all things AOPA. Nearly everything AOPA has to offer is under this one umbrella. And AOPA Connection is a resource available to all employees of member companies. Logging in requires a unique username, which is the person's email address. Today, we wanted to give you an overview of the kinds of functionality of the AOPA Connection, including logging in, creating a profile, AOPA Versity and CE credits, updating your member record, paying invoices, committee updates, accessing the co-op, our online bookstore, and lastly, my OP community. We'll start with logging in the first time. There are two ways to get to my AOPA Connection. The first is from the aopanet.org website. At the top of the page, there's a member, sign in now. You can click that button and that will take you to the myaopaconnection.org. Or you can simply enter the URL into your browser and it will take you to the page to enter your email. Enter your email, click search, and the system will look for a match for what company that you work for. Usually it will present a list. You click on the match of where you work and click register with this organization. You only need to do this the first time that you log in. So we thought we would walk through some of the functionality of AOPA Connection today using a fictitious but very busy CPO named John Doe. He owns Mystery O&P. And today, John wants to access AOPA Versity. He wants to check on his CE credits, look at his committee assignments, check his bookstore purchases, open his invoices, and access the co-op. And to do that, we will switch to the internet. So we're going to sign in as John of Mystery O&P and hit login. And this will take you to John's personal profile page. And from here, he can edit his contact information, like his address and his phone. He can also add his social media links if he chooses to do so. He can add or edit a bio about himself so that people can learn more about him. And also on this page, at the top, you'll see there's a ribbon. The home button takes you back to the aopanet.org homepage. The My Account is his profile. The News button takes you back to the aopanet.org news page. The organizational directory gives you the opportunity to look up another organization that is an AOPA member. The organizational info button is visible to those people who are billing contacts, primary contacts, or principal contacts for an organization, and we'll come back to more about that button a little later. The individual directory lets you search for someone by name if they're an AOPA member. The events and education, we've divided into live courses, e-learning courses, and National Assembly. The live courses include all of the webinars that we offer and any live learning like the coding and billing seminars. And the e-learning includes those 93 topics or videos that we have in AOPA Versity. And you can search through this list by selecting a topic area. Let's say you wanted to learn more about business. You can filter out those that don't relate to business. You can look at each title. It will offer you a summary. It will let you look at a course preview.
It's named after.
You can learn more about the speakers that are present in this particular video. You can do your individual registration or a group registration for your company from here as well. In this list, you'll see the titles, the cost for a member, the cost for a non-member, and the number and type of credits that can be earned by watching the video and taking the quiz. Under my committees, John Doe actually is a member of the Operating Performance and Compensation Work Group. So on his homepage, this shows for him. He can click on the committee. He can see a list of the people who are also on the committee, as well as their emails. If he scrolls down, you can also see some documents that have been uploaded for people on the committees to read and have. On the online bookstore, this is very Amazon-like. You select items, add them to your cart, and then you check out with a credit card. And the system does save credit cards if you opt in for that, and it is secure. The Contact Us button is just a simple way for you to send us an email from this particular page. We go back to the My Account page. So this is John Doe's page, and there were some things that he wanted to do today. One, he wanted to look at the co-op. So from this menu on the right, if he clicks on My Co-op, that will take him directly to AOPA's co-op. Under My Invoices, he can click on that and see what personal invoices he's paid for. And if he needs a receipt for one of these, he can view the details. Or if he needs a refresher on what he spent the $20 on, here he spent $20 on a donation to the Capital Connection Fund. And he can print off a copy of the invoice as well. Under My AOPA, this is also on John's page. Sometimes it takes a second to load, but this information is specific to John. It's his account. It shows these on-demand courses that he has purchased, but has not yet taken the time to watch or take the quiz. It includes the course catalog. Again, it includes the title, the costs for member and non-member, how many credits, and the type. My events, so this shows all of the education and events that John Doe has attended or purchased. And you can see he has registered to look at the Hammond Lecture Series. He's also registered to read an almanac article and take a quiz, and the 2 other videos here. My downloads, there are some products that you can purchase from the bookstore that are downloadable, such as the Operating Performance Report. And this order stays on his record permanently so that anytime he can come back and download the report, should he lose it or misplace it or want another copy. My committees we already talked about. John Doe is a member of this committee. You can look at his people on the committee and their emails and any important documents that he might need to reference. My education credit, this is an important one. So on this particular case, John Doe has completed 2 courses in AOPA. One was the Almanac article for a business credit, and it earned him 2 credits. And the other is a scientific credit for 2.5. It's a video that he watched. My Exhibit Central is for suppliers who will be exhibiting at the next assembly. My Expertise is a new category that we would like to collect some information on members on what their area of expertise is. So for John Doe, we know that he is his specialty is pediatrics, and he focuses on cranial work. And this is going to help us deliver some information that's more relevant to you as a member. My interest is a little different. So as John Doe, I may be an expert on cranial technology for children, but I also have interest in clinical O&P topics, and I have an interest in international aid and philanthropy and networking and membership. So these are areas where you're not an expert necessarily, but you do have an interest in learning more about them. My saved payment information. I indicated that this is the AOPA connection is very Amazon-like in that it will save your credit card information if you opt into that, and it is secure, so that you don't have to keep entering your credit card information every time that you make a purchase for a webinar or something in the bookstore. For my transactions, this is also John Doe's transactions. It lists everything you would ever want to know, including the products that he's purchased. He's purchased an illustrated guide and an operating performance report. He has paid for these 4 events, which happen to be education and AOPA. He has paid for his patient care facility membership. He has made a gift donation to the Capital Connection, and he has a product available to download if he wants. It's the operating performance report. And John Doe also has the opportunity to change his password directly from the website. Before, you had to contact AOPA to do this for you, and you now have the flexibility to do that for yourself. So that's sort of the overview on the menu to the right. If we go back up to the top, I mentioned that if you are a billing contact, a primary contact, or an owner of your company, you have this organizational info tab at the top. And you can click on that, and this will take you to the page for your business. So this is the page for Mystery O&P. And from here, I can add a picture of the establishment. I can edit the organization, and I can view transactions. If you look below, there's an organizational roster where John Doe has 1 employee listed, that's himself. I can edit it or remove him or add a new person here if I want. And it looks like at one point he also had an affiliate, which is called Machine O&P. And I can remove that affiliate from here, or I can edit or add a new one. And it looks like he doesn't have any open invoices. He can renew his membership won't expire until 12/31/2021. And if you wanted to renew it sometime in the coming year ahead of time, if you come here and click renew. And it will ask him either for a credit card number or an ACH number, or he can submit a check directly to AOPA's lockbox. So let's go back up here and talk about the My O&P community for a moment. We're real excited about this opportunity to be able to give members the chance to communicate with each other and to exchange resources and information and dialogue that will help them in their patient care and running their businesses. Every employee who is listed in AOPA's membership database is also a member of the My O&P community. And there are several parts to it. There's first a dashboard, which simply lists all of the postings that have happened recently. There's a community section where we've started with 11 communities and probably will add more soon, so that if you have an interest in a specific area, you can join that community and be among people who have a special interest in that same interest area. The People button lists everyone in the system. We strongly encourage you, when the first time you log on, to upload a picture. And these are the posts that have taken place. And we can look at some of the ones that have happened recently. Reasons for non-affirmed PARs for LLP. So essentially, it's a brief notice, and it will lead you to a more in-depth article on the subject. If we go back to communities for a second, to give you an idea, staff has seeded some of these communities with discussion, but we've also recruited some volunteer administrators to help us with monitoring the discussion and with seeding some of these particular communities with important topic areas that are important to members. So for example, under business management, what are OMP profit leaders doing differently? We can click on that and it takes us to an executive summary of the operating performance report from 2020. And it shows that profit leaders are controlling their costs better and have lower total general and administrative expenses. It also provides a link to the executive summary of the report and a link to where you can purchase the report on the bookstore. Let's look at another community, diversity and inclusion. So in this particular community, we've uploaded a session from the assembly, which we thought was terrific. You can play the video from here. You can upload it and play the video from here. You can add comments, and you can even tie your comment to a specific point in the video, such as at 2 minutes, 22 seconds, you use the term microaggression. What did you mean by that? And the discussion can start and someone can respond to you and clarify what was meant at that particular time. So there are 11 communities. I wanted to give you an idea of the kind of elements that you can, as an AOPA member, as an employee of an AOPA member, you can create a discussion. You can add an article, upload an article or an important article. You can also post jobs here. You can upload a video if it's YouTube or Vimeo, or you can put together a collection, which would be a combination of a discussion, an article, or video on a particular topic. The first time you log in, you click on your initials. Here I'm here as John Doe. So on my profile as John Doe, I can edit it here. My contact information. I need to upload a picture here. This tells me what kind of communities I belong to. On account settings, this is where you would indicate your time zone, your title, your short bio, your privacy settings if you have any, your social media handles. And the communities, it takes you a link back to the communities as well, or you can sign out. So that gives you an overview of the type of functionality of the MyOP community, and it's way more than a listserv. It's like a listserv on steroids, and it's going to provide our members with a chance to have a dialogue with each other about topics that are important to them. Such as if you're curious about what members are having trouble with a certain insurance carrier in a given state, you can post your question here and others in that state can respond to your question. Or if you have a program in place to sponsor a walkathon, you can share that plan with others here in this space. Or if there's an important topic that started at the leadership forum, you can carry on with that discussion here in this particular venue. We hope you're as excited as we are about the opportunity to make more of a connection with AOPA and your fellow members. And we invite you, you have any questions or problems, so please give us a call, 571-431-0876. And Betty Lapine or Kristen Bean will be more than happy to help you, or you can drop an email to info@aopanet.org.